Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, student, good afternoon. To continue the lecture, that is migration of birds, that remaining parts, that is the mode of migration in birds. Mode of migration. How to mode or migration. During their migration, most migratory birds display following significant features. Time of migratory flights. The migratory flights of most migratory birds may occur during day time or night time, and accordingly following two types of migratory birds can be recognized. Diurnal migrants. Diurnal migrants. Some birds fly mainly by day, such as crows, swallows, robins, blackbirds, hawks, bluebirds, jays, cranes, loons, pelicans, geese, ducks, swans, etc. They may stop to forage in suitable places, but swallows and swifts capture their insects food in the air as they travel. These diurnal migratory birds often travel in flocks, which may be well organized or loose. Second number, nocturnal migration. First is diurnal migration, second is nocturnal. Tudun khani, nocturnal. Vast majority of birds are nocturnal migrants. This includes most small sized birds such as sparrows, warblers, thrushes, etc. These birds prefer to fly at night under the protective cover of darkness to escape their enemies. By flying at night, they arrive at the break, take rest, procure food during daytime, and then start again the approach of night. Range of migration. The range of migration commonly varies from 1 or few miles to thousands of miles in different groups of migratory birds, but it is almost constant for a particular group. For example, the Himalayan shows ostriches cover a distance of about 1 or 2 miles. Chickens ravers about 8,000 feet, while golden plows the Arctic to the grassy plains of Argentina or the Pelagonian beaches in South America. Arctic tern migrates about 11,000 miles from the coast of Labrador to Antarctic. Altitude of flight. Altitude of flight. Some birds fly quite close to the earth, while most routine migration occurs within 3,000 feet of the earth. Certain small birds have been reported to fly at 5,000 to 14,000 feet altitudes. Further, some avian species even cross the Andes and the Himalayas at altitudes of 2,000 feet or more. Velocity during migration. The speed or velocity of flight of migration birds varies from individual to individual and species to species. It is affected by the speed of air and its direction, and it has been reported that birds travel faster during migration than at any other time. During migration, thus crane carries crows and finches flight with the speed of 30 miles per hour, while cross flights with the speed of 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed recorded so far is about 170 miles per hour. 170 miles per hour. Routes of migration. How to decide the route for migration? The migratory birds usually follows definite lines of flight. The route followed by them may be the same while going and returning back, or may be different migratory birds may follow the following routes during their migration. Sea routes. Marine birds follow sea routes. The land birds are known to cross as much as 400 miles of ocean in stroke, but if there are intermediate, the distance covered may be more. Certain birds have been seen crossing the Atlantic Ocean between Azores and Portugal and the ocean between the continent of North America and Bermuda, etc. Coast routes. The coast routes affords migration highways for a large number of migration. Certain important avian migratory coastal routes are East Atlantic coastline, West Atlantic coastline, East Pacific coastline, West Pacific coastline, East Indies coastline, and West Indies coastline. Third, river valley routes. While migrating from plains to hills and from hills to plains, the migratory birds cross rivers and river valley falling in the way. Mountain ranges. Very rarely the birds cross mountain ranges. The river valleys, mountain range, and coastal routes provided good landmarks for the migrating birds, which enable the birds to recognize and remember the routes and entrance to the countries. Deviation in path sometimes occurs due to configuration of land, coastline, course of great rivers, or intervening mountain chains. Segregation during migration. Some birds, such as kingfishers, swift and night hawks, travel in separate companies, but certain other birds, such as swallows, vultures, bluebirds, turkeys, etc., usually travel in mixed companies of several species due to similarly in the size, methods of search of food, etc. In some avian species, the male and female individuals travel separately. Male arrives first to build the nest. The young birds usually accompanies their mothers. Order of migration. During the migration, the birds follows a definite order, and this order is strictly followed. Normally, the adults migrates first and they are followed by youngs. It has been found that urge of migration occurs due to the maturity of gonads, which instigate them to migrate towards their breeding grounds. Hence, the adult with ripe gonads start the migration during the back flight. The order becomes reverse. The young birds start first and follows the same path which they parent and followed. While coming from that place in adult precedence, there is always a definite. The adult males takes the lead, adult females next in order of the year follows them, and in the end comes the birds. Regularity of migration. Several species of migratory birds show a striking regularity year in their timing of arrival and departure in spite of long distance traveled or vagaries of weathers. They are often punctual within a day or two in the time. Arrival further, most migratory birds come back to the same breeding place year after the year. This is the mode of migration. Mode of modes of migration. Okay, thank you.